Zdravo drugari iz trčanja za kulturom. Ja sam sve što obuhvata mnogo toga u okviru projekta Trčanje za kulturom, što podrazumeva širenje kulturnog sadržaja kroz fotografiju, video. Sad sam uvrstio jedan novi projekat zahvaljujući komunikaciji sa glumicom Tatjanom Marjanovićem iz Los Angelesa. Radi se o tome da ću ja na različitim mestima u Beogradu postavljati pitanja i pri tome objašnjavati par rečenica deo Beograda, a sa druge strane Tatjana i svaki sljedeći sagovornik objašnjavat će taj deo grada gde se nalazi, tako da ćemo ostvariti, da kažemo, opis Beograda i opis drugog grada i imat ćemo tu jedan intervju. Također još jedan projekat je započeo. O tom projektu tek kad sve bude kako treba, tako da pravac trčanja za kulturom ne obuhvata samo, da kažemo, Srbiju, već i svuda gde su naši umetnici.
Zdravo, ja sam Tatjana Marjanović i glumica sam. Ja sam srpskinja, rođena u Singapuru, odrasla u Australiju i sada živim ovdje u Los Angeles. Thank you so much for taking the time to show me around Belgrade. I can't wait to show you around LA. There is a lot less history, and I'm going to do it in English because my Serbian is terrible at the moment.
We are now in the park of Tašmajdan. I always feel so emotional when I visit this place. The reason is the monument built in remembrance of the children who were the victims of the NATO aggression.
A prvo pitanje je, da li si kao mala maštala da budeš glumica?
Welcome to the Chinese theatre. This is where lucky celebrities, famous actors, singers, directors get to have their hands, feet and names immortalized on the ground. This is also the home of many premieres, and the Kodak Theatre right behind there is where the Oscars are held every year. Did I always dream of being an actor? Yes, especially from a very young age. I remember watching Star Wars with my dad and falling in love with Princess Leia, obviously, and my dad had to explain that she wasn't a real person and that was just an actor, and I was like, what? I want to do that.
I'm now standing in Pioneers Park before the watchtower of the Serbian High Command from the First World War. It was brought from Kajmakčalan, which is considered to be the highest point of the 2,521 meters high mountain Niđe, the mountain between Greece and northern Macedonia.
Kako je tekao tvoj tok usavršavanja glume? Časovi, škola?
Now I'm at the Venice Canals, and the story goes that the man that made the Venice Canals had a very sick wife who had always wanted to go to Venice, but she couldn't, and so he brought Venice to her. What did the process of my acting and education look like? Well, my parents' education was the top priority for them from the get-go, so I didn't really start my acting career until I went to university where I studied film. And it was there that I got the skill set and the opportunity to forge my own path in the industry and create my own TV show called SYD 2030, which I wrote, co-directed, produced and acted in. And yeah, so I really just got to learn through experience.
I am in Knez Mihailova Street. It is a free walking zone and one of the city's oldest and most valuable historical sites.
Da li ima razlike između šta si očekivalo od glume i danas kada si glumica?
silver that is lined with stars with the names of actors, producers, directors, singers, guilds, you name it. What did I expect acting to be like before I became an actress, and has my expectation changed? Before I became an actress, I always thought that once you made it, once you had like a big film role and people recognized you, that you would just be constantly working. You'd just like hop from project to project and your life would be set forever. Unfortunately, that's not the way the world works, and I found that even the most hardworking, even the most famous actors have a lot of downtime in between projects, and it's just you're constantly working to see what that next project will be.
I'm standing on Kalemegdan, situated on a cliff at the junction of the river Sava and the Danube. Kalemegdan and its Belgrade fortress are the city's most significant cultural and historical landmarks.
Kako teče proces izbora glumice za film? Sama pripreme, audicija?
This is the famous suburb of Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is a huge suburb, so this is just one little area. But it is lined with the palm trees, it goes all the way up the hill, it has beautiful views of the city. Now I am at the very top of Beverly Hills and I'm overlooking the other side of the hill, which is the valley. And what do I do to prepare for castings? Well, that really depends on how long I get. Sometimes I get like 2 hours notice, and in that case I kind of just learn my lines as much as I can. I read the character breakdown and do my best. Sometimes they're the most fun. Other times when I have a few days, I get to really deep dive into the script if they provide it for me. I get to analyze the scene. I get to read it with a few different people just to see like what feels natural, what feels good, what feels right for the character, and I get to choose what to wear. And because of COVID, we actually haven't had that many in-person auditions for almost a year now. But that means that we've been doing them on tapes, we call them self-tapes, and I kind of like that better because I get to control all of the elements.
We are standing in front of the greatest Orthodox temple of Saint Sava. This location is believed to be the place where the Turks burned the remains of Saint Sava, the founder of the Serbian Orthodox Church.
Koji je do sada tvoj najteži glumački zahtev?
So California is known for 3 things: good weather, its beaches, and its stunning sunsets. And here I am on Venice Beach for sunset. What do I find to be the most challenging part of acting? It's probably the parts in between. So like any other artist, there's a lot of downtime. And the industry is fickle and unforgiving, so there are days when you will be on top of the world and then the next day you'll be down in the dumps, and so it's just finding peace and happiness in those moments in between.
We are standing in Belgrade waterfront, the elite part of the city on the Sava River. The old railway station has been relocated, whereas the new complex of buildings blocks the view of the old town.
Kako te inspiracija usmerava kojim ćeš se pozivom baviti? Glumačkim, kao producent, kao režiser, kao pisac?
Boulevard. When I think of LA, this is what I think of. We're at the top of the hill, and there are always all of these billboards advertising the latest film, song. So the final question is, as an actor, producer, writer, and director, how do I decide when I want to do which role and why? And the answer is pretty simple. LA is a weird and wonderful place where anything can happen at any point in time. So there are just like opportunities flying at you left, right, and center, and you've just got to like grab them as soon as you see them, because just as quickly as they come, they disappear. So that's kind of how I decide what to do.
Hvala, draga Tatjana. Šaljem ti veliki zagrljaj. Pozdrav od trčanja za kulturu.
Puno vam hvala, ja sam imala neverovatno vreme. A sada idite i gledajte moj novi film Monsters of Man. Ćao!